Hey baby, I hear the news are calling Tom Campbell and regular legs.
How long have you been working on that, Tom?
About 12 hours.
Good, you get much sleep last night?
Not a week, mate. Quite stylish. Here's your news. Vince McMahon held a meeting ahead of last night's Raw about the Saudi Arabia situation, and we have all the details. We have an update on the future of 205 Live, and Survivor Series is taking shape. The first few matches have been announced. We'll get to those soon. So a meeting was held before Monday Night Raw to discuss, I don't know, just what everyone's been up to, you know, how everybody's feeling, like what are they have for breakfast. Oh yeah, and the Saudi Arabia situation. We have some details from said meeting. Adam Pacitti has said details.
That's right, just to bring it up to speed very, very quickly, I'm sure you all know already, lots and lots of talent and WWE staff stuck in Saudi Arabia for far longer than they were meant to be there. There were reports that they were being encouraged to take mobile phone footage to say that, hey, it's definitely a mechanical issue, that's why we're stuck in Saudi Arabia, but there are also conflicting reports as to the reason for them being in Saudi Arabia, some saying that it's financial, some saying that it was because Vince McMahon got into a big argument with Saudi authorities. We don't know the full story yet. Anyway, they were stuck there for quite some time, and a lot of talent took to Twitter and were clearly very upset.
Park life!
So, in this meeting, talent relations discussed with the WWE Superstars, speculation by wrestlers on social media and saying that it caused a dilemma for the company. Wrestlers were assured that it was a mechanical issue. It was! It was a mechanical issue.
I took the brakes off myself!
Wrestlers were discouraged from speculation about the issues, basically being told, don't go to Twitter. If you're frustrated, come and talk to us. Vince McMahon and the prince, the Saudi Arabian prince, the rumoured argument was not discussed. That wasn't brought up there. There was also a big old pep talk from one Seth Rollins, the leader of the locker room, apparently. And he apparently had an awkward speech. Dave Meltzer saying that it was a rah-rah speech.
The words that Dave Meltzer used in the Wrestling Observer was a rah-rah speech, which suggests he had pom-poms.
Come on, guys, let's burn it down more. We can do it. Burn it down.
Give me a W.
So it was, apparently a very awkward speech, attempting to unify the locker room. Lots of talk about how every wrestler is part of a team, and just once again encouraging them to keep their grievances off of Twitter when things go wrong. Just take it to the higher brass in WWE. We do. The thought of Seth Rollins doing that and it going down like a lead balloon fills me with joy.
It's a tough one. Like Seth is in a bit of a weird place at the moment because this morning, as I got in, he was on Twitter and somebody had posted a video like a real angry piece about Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins watched it and was very angry about it to said person. And then a few other people he tweeted back. He was tweeting at a few haters today. And part of me kind of went, well, fair play, because people can't just be dicks online and think they can get away with it. It's part of that. But then part of it is, for somebody to give a lecture on how to conduct yourself on social media, it probably shouldn't be Seth Rollins right now.
Okay, so Seth, if you're watching this video, it's account settings and then all the way down deactivate. Just hit that button. You got to type your password in. It's burn it down 69. Just type that in, press deactivate, and you're gone. And it's fine. None of these issues will be a thing anymore.
I liked your tag team Do It For Her.
What?
Back in Wrestling Society X.
One last thing.
With Jimmy Jacobs. They were fun. Do that again.
Yeah, piss off from W. No, don't know, I'm joking. That was a joke. One last thing. Talent were given a chance to ask questions, and there were none, which, with a roster of 5 billion people, is quite surprising. Nobody had a question. Dave saying that the situation felt unresolved. Many are said to be feeling tired, burned out. There was a real feeling, apparently, that Vince had deserted them. Vince went home early, of course, on the previous flight, and it was like, hey, the boss has gone, and he's left his merry men in Saudi Arabia.
But I don't think that was the case, as it's transpired.
No, absolutely.
By what we've heard. But I think there's a little bit more to come from this, I do believe. And a little bit more came shortly after this meeting, just to assuage all calm, when WWE announced they were extending their Saudi Arabia deal to 2027. That is an interesting take on the situation.
I can't believe they've countered the PR with more negative PR. One's got to believe that this came following WWE stock tanking yesterday. It was down between like 10 and 15%, I believe, at the end of the day.
It really tumbled at the end of yesterday.
It was bad. And so they've announced this, I believe, to say, hey, we've got lots and lots of money coming, if they pay on time, who knows. We've got lots and lots of money coming for an extended period. They're saying that they're going to be doing 2 big events per year, so 2 sort of, I guess, Crown Jewel-esque events.
Well, I think they were doing 2 at the moment, but I think they were going to drop down to 1 a year. But I guess that means Crown Jewel and Super Showdown will be now regular features in the calendars for 2027.
Yeah, or Greatest Royal Rumble or something like that. George Barrios said on the conference call that they couldn't guarantee 2 a year, and so I think that is just to say that there's definitely going to be 2 a year. But they would describe them as like the marquee events, the big events. So maybe they're sort of like the WrestleMania size feel events that we saw at Crown Jewel just last week. So not a good week for WWE.
It's an interesting, but yeah, it's interesting times, and I think there is still more to come on this. And of course, when we know more, you'll know more. Time for an update on the life and/or death of 205 Live. This has been quite a discussion for the last few months, whether or not it's sticking around or not. This actually, what we've discovered today, Adam, I think is the best possible opportunity for survival for 205 Live. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. They've got the metal things out. It's alive! 205 Live is alive. It's not going anywhere.
Johnny Five alive.
And more importantly, it's heading to Full Sail University.
This is where it needed to be from the very beginning.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're going to get a crowd who are going to invest in the storylines. They're going to be excited to see those guys rather than a big group of people who are just waiting for the dark match at the end of the night and have to sit through 205 Live. So sit on their hands, they couldn't give a single toss. They've
done a couple of cruiserweight division matches on NXT since it went to the USA, and the reactions have just been brilliant. Like to watch like Jack Gallagher and Angel Garza go at it and have a crowd that are up for it as well, it just adds to the entire package. And I have a theory on this. This is just a hack theory, so read into this what you will. Specto Patronum. You know how there's talk that NXT will leave Full Sail and go and tour. Is maybe the potential offering to WWE to say, look, we're not going to give you Full Sail all the time, but here's the Cruiserweight division, here's our Cruiserweight show, here's 205 Live. You can do that.
A gift of Lucha House Party and the Brian Kendrick to the students of Full Sail University. Yeah, I think that's a good show.
I mean, why have Balor and Gargano when you can have Lucha House Party?
I think it's more likely that they would probably take the 205 Live guys with them. Maybe, because if they're touring anyway, it's probably increased expenditure to do it in 2 places. Like you're making 2 programs.
That's quite true, yeah. So.
And could you pack out Full Sail? I know it's not a huge venue, but could you pack it out with cruiserweight guys?
I reckon you could.
Do you think?
I reckon you could.
I think that's your.
They're free tickets. It's in a place where there's like a hotbed of wrestling fans anyway.
Yeah,
get them there.
Maybe. I think that's your optimism, your relentless positivity talking.
I tell you what, I know we need to ask, right? Stephen Scodes, right, mate? Stephen Scodes is a patron of Cultaholic, and Stephen's always at the NXT shows. Stephen, you're looking great today. I love your hair. You look smashing. Have a good day, mate. Would you go to 205 Live at Full Sail as opposed to NXT?
Comment below, Stephen.
Comment below.
Probably not even watching.
Hit us a tweet.
He will be. Hi, Stephen.
Love you, mate. And finally, Survivor Series started taking shape on a very busy episode of Monday Night Raw last night. I didn't know what was going to happen on Raw pretty much until Raw started, because we were counting down the hours up until Raw, and they're like, they haven't announced anything.
Very late last night, wasn't it?
It's almost like all the plans they had for Raw they used on SmackDown on Friday. That's my other hack theory.
But some matches have now been announced. The WWE Champion, Brock Lesnar, will challenge Rey Mysterio. Good luck, Rey. We've also got...
Rey had a good showing on Raw with it.
He did.
You can talk about that.
I'll talk about it a bit more. So, the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch is taking on the NXT Champion, Women's Champion Shayna Baszler versus the SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley. Non-title triple threat action. That's going to be a barn burner. That's going to be really great.
Nice little back and forth on Raw.
Who you got for that? Early days, I know. But who you got?
I'm going to go, I reckon Baszler.
Really?
Yeah, I reckon. I do feel like Bayley will be the fall.
Yeah, I agree. I just can't figure out. I think Lynch is winning that one. Just because, like, they're really, really investing in Lynch still, especially after she beat Sasha and everyone thought Sasha was going to win.
Yeah.
There's no way Shayna's getting pinned there. I think Bayley's getting pinned, but I think it'll be Becky. Let us know in the comments. SmackDown Tag Team Champions, The Revival, taking on the NXT Tag Team Champions, The Undisputed Era, versus the Raw Tag Team Champions, The Viking Raiders, once again in non-tag team title action. Who you got there?
I reckon Undisputed Era for that one.
I agree.
I think just because strength in numbers and all that, you can have some shenanigans. Viking Raiders have already been tainted by a loss at Crown Jewel. So.
Idiots.
Wow.
That ruined me as well. I'm not the best in the world at Cultaholic because of that.
Boo.
There are a few rumoured matches as well. Aleister Black versus Velveteen Dream has been rumoured.
Yeah, because Black tweeted after the SmackDown thing, after the SmackDown NXT takeover, and he said, "Oh, this is great, just let me dream," meaning he wants to face the African Dream Akeem.
Very, very good.
Akeem is back, baby. Or Velveteen Dream, one of the two.
To me, that just feels like an NXT match still, because like Black's done nothing on the main roster. They haven't used him properly, so it's just like, it's just going back a bit in time, isn't it? I'm not actually that keen on that. I don't think that'll happen.
No?
I don't know, maybe.
What do you think about this one, next one though?
I'm all for this. Tommaso Ciampa, Roman Reigns have had a bit of a back and forth on Twitter, and Ciampa's been saying, well, I'm going to poo in your
garden, mate. Basically, he just keeps starting to poo in Roman Reigns' garden.
But hasn't Ciampa deactivated his Twitter or something this morning?
Ciampa said goodbye on Twitter this morning. Only Lorcan has deactivated his Twitter. So there's a now. Hack theory number 3. There was talk a while ago they were bringing somebody in to kind of be a talent liaison type, to kind of look out like social media and manage the bookings and stuff of other wrestlers. Whether part of that is them going, okay guys, this is our new social media thing, and whether they've gone, no, I just like doing my own thing, I'm not going to do it then.
I think which is fair enough.
And plus, the two guys that have deactivated have both got Twitter names that make no sense to their characters. If in the WWE lore, obviously only Lorcan is Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
And Tommaso Ciampa's Blackheart.
They put that on a t-shirt, didn't they?
Did they put it on a t-shirt?
I think they put it on a t-shirt.
Where's only Lorcan's Star Destroyer t-shirt? Shocking behaviour. Yeah, whether there's a connection with that, whether they're getting new Twitter handles, I don't know. But yeah, so it looks like Ciampa might be leaving Twitter, which is a very sad day for everybody involved. Pour one out for Ciampa and Lorcan. But if that would happens, a big part of me wants to say Ciampa.
Ciampa's got to go over there.
I think so.
It would absolutely make Ciampa on the main roster, especially when the big call-up actually happens. It wouldn't harm Reigns at all. That's one of the times that Ciampa's got to go over there, surely.
Stick Ciampa in there. He beat The Miz on Friday.
He did.
That's
just as big.
It's basically the same kind of match. Obviously, let us know what you think in the comment section down there. And if you want to know what happened on Raw and you don't want to watch it, don't worry, because this lovely little chicken is going to tell you everything you need to know what's worth watching on Raw Graded, aren't you?
Get away from me.
Let me kiss you!
You're a dirty man.
You let me kiss you the other night. Have a nice day.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. You can support us on Patreon by going to patreon.com/Cultaholic. Lastly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.